Hello guys, Jacko Knight here, and welcome to another video. And this video is particularly special to me because I'm going to be talking about my 2020 and how it went. Now, I know a lot of people's 2020 was pretty bad, and I have to emphasize how fortunate I am in this year. And sorry if there's any clutter / me yelling at the dog in the background. We just recently got a new dog named Bailey. She's 8 months old and I think 9 months now, and is a giant pain in the butt. So sorry for that. So where do I start? My 2020 began going sour once I was in the middle of freshman. I think, yeah, middle of freshman. And it was around March, I think. I don't recall the specific month because it's just been a while. We were in this state of sort of open but sort of not. We were following safety procedures, 6 feet apart, and we were just recently getting news of COVID, and sorry YouTube for talking about it, it's just real life events, and I really just have to bring it up because it's such a big part of the year. We were going for a good 2 weeks, and then they outright canceled school because of the COVID outbreak, and I was stuck indoors for the rest of the year. Yeah, most of the rest of the school year. We had optional assignments, but I didn't do them because my grades were good enough as they were, and I wasn't too concerned at that point in time. But the struggle wasn't school after we were kicked out of school due to COVID. It was the family struggles. Me and my father don't get along very well. We tend to argue and bicker a lot. It's gotten a lot better. But the issue was we were cooped up with each other. We were cooped up with each other for months on end. And that led to a lot of conflicts that were pretty, I would say sensitive, but in reality they were just massive bickering arguments that led nowhere and nothing changed. But that took a lot of mental stress on me. That and my father tormented me. When I used to go to school, it wasn't an issue. He would, he scares me every now and then, pops around a corner, says boo or something like that, and scares me, and he'll laugh. But after a while, it started getting really, really annoying and started really taking a mental toll on me and giving me anxiety, so I had to telling him to stop at one point. But enough about that. It was just a whole mess of family issues back at home. And that was about that. And my summer was about as good as you expected. Stuck indoors, gamed. And I think I still had my laptop and my phone at that point. I didn't have a PC. So when I had to game, I used my mother's PC. And unfortunately that is dying as of now, so she's gonna get a new computer soon. And when I'd play Roblox, Flash games. Oh, by the way, RIP Flash, Adobe Flash. It's unfortunate that it's going, but all things come to an end, eh? And overall, it was an okay experience. I mean, I got a lot of crap done on the games I play, including Speedrunner 4, Miner's Haven, which now I think I'm at my 250th life. I don't know. I lost track. I got a lot of mental issues dealt with in my time alone. Because when you have stuff to do in life, especially stuff that needs to be done immediately and or has a due date or has to be completed by a certain time, you tend to distract from your own mental health and put that first as a priority, and you don't have much time, especially when I was in high school. I wasn't in AP classes or anything, but I was a hard worker and was determined not to fail any of my classes, which I did successfully. But when quarantine happened, all that was left wasn't homework, wasn't anything. It was just me and my own thoughts. And so I had a lot of time to think to myself, and I had a lot of mental breakdowns by myself about improving my own mental health. And it took a lot to get through it. And the mental strain of not having any socialization didn't help at all, because I'm an extrovert. I don't seem very talkative at first, but once I get to know you, or them, depending on if I meet the group or not, I'm generally pretty talkative. So overall, it just took a massive mental strain on me, and I was constantly stressed, constantly tired, had no energy, and I had no passion to do anything. And then, during the summer, I fixed much of my mental problems talking to people online, and I found where my heart lay, and I helped people during 2020, mostly my friend group and a few online friends with their own mental issues, and started talking to people once I got myself straight. And I think I helped over 5 to 8 people this year. It doesn't sound like a lot, but the size of their issues was incredibly large, and it took a lot of time to get them to face their issues, but I did it, and I helped those people, and I'm very happy with myself. That's one of the great things I feel that I accomplished in 2020. I also achieved my goal of working out, and I'm still getting back into it. I took like a 3-week break, which was my bad and due to my laziness. I've been working out. I'm not buff or jacked or anything. I don't have the build for that, nor do I have the sort of calorie intake or protein intake to kind of build that sort of muscle, and that's not what I'm going for anyways. And I was really questioning this year if I was going to make it through, which I did, and I'm proud that I did. And 2021 is hopefully going to be better. I really hope it's going to be better. And as you know, yeah, 2020 was a giant fireball. I mean, just to sum it all up, everything was crap. Everything was a nightmare. And I live in America, so that made it twice as worse, because I'm not screw it. Okay, so sorry to you Trumpsters, but I'm utterly done with Trump. There have been bad presidents in the United States of America, and I know I'm a ignorant, unknowledgeable teenager who probably doesn't know very much about politics, but it doesn't take much common sense to realize that he's a narcissistic, sociopathic nightmare of a president. And if we can get rid of him and at least get something going, we can actually start looking forward instead of looking backwards, and just get this psycho out of office. Because with the laws he's been passing, it's been putting a lot of stress on me and my family. And anyhow, enough about politics. I could blabber on and on about politics and then get ranted at by the comments. Oh, Trump's the best president ever. You know nothing. You have your opinion, boo. But as long as you don't let your entitlement ruin mine, then we're gonna be on good terms. But anyhow, besides that, not much of my 2020 was very interesting. Besides a lot of mental and emotional fudger nuggets. Yep, I love getting notifications while I'm recording. That's a little bit annoying, but no big deal. Oh yeah, speaking of, I got a bunch of Christmas gifts. I was gonna originally do a video on Christmas, but I never got to it because I'm a lazy forgetful person. I got a new phone. My old one was dying out, and so I asked for a new phone, so I got a new phone. I got some fuzzy socks, and I love fuzzy socks, so that's probably one of the greatest gifts I got. I got a bunch of candy, which I love. I like candy. We got this game, Zombie Army Trilogy. It's a pretty good game. It's like a run and gun shooter. You can look it up. But I certainly felt good this Christmas. And I never really liked Christmas, I like Christmas, but I don't see why we only have to be kind one time a year. I'm always kind year round and try and give where I can. That's my goal, to be the best person I can be. And thus, that's why I just don't see Christmas as a special day as much as it is I get a little more stuff than usual, or I give give a little more than usual. God, my brain farted so hard I think I had a stroke. Okay. But yeah, and then I entered online school. And yes, I know everything's not in chronological order. I'm not a chronological thinker, so that's not gonna happen anytime soon. If anything, I have to force myself to think chronologically, and that's a nightmare. So I'm just gonna talk the way I talk, and if something comes out the wrong way, okay, so sad. I'll edit it out, or bleep it out if I can find an editing program. Anyhow, online school, stupid. I honestly dislike it. Boring. You sit in front of a screen, because the county gave us Chromebooks. They wanted us to use those for school, but I instead opened the Chromebook, used that for the call. I also have a little Google Doc with all the class passwords that I, can, just copy and paste, because all of them are a jumble of mess and numbers and names and all that, so it's kind of a mess for me to remember. I just sort of open my laptop, which is the Chromebook, and load up the call, and sit in front of the screen, and then load up all my work that I need to do on the PC that I just recently got, which is working out just fine for me. And I was thinking about transferring everything to my PC, but I like the little setup where the call I can have over there and the PC over here, which is pretty good. But yeah. Oh, and also, another good thing that happened in 2020 besides fixing my own mental health. My YouTube channel, man. I don't really progress further with this channel. I find myself a pretty crappy YouTuber. I don't upload much. I'm pretty inconsistent. I don't really have any good content ideas. I'm not very talented at any sort of video games. And most of the games that I play wouldn't make for very good content, besides a few, and wouldn't hit the algorithm, which I'm not I'm not really concerned about the algorithm as much as I'm just concerned that if I'm going to enjoy it or not. And sadly, Roblox is really just a bundle of a contingency of mess and simulators and tycoons and obbies and dog crap, really, because almost every game, if it's not making any money, then the game's really not sustainable, because you need advertising to have a sustainable player base. But if you put out legitimate ads, they get overrun by the scam ads, the ads that are join or you will be broke, or so on and so on, and it's just a mess. So it's been kind of hard finding content, and I'm working on recording logistical games, because there are some legitimate games that I particularly enjoy. I'm not gonna name them because that's just gonna be for the videos that I'm gonna be working on. And I make promises, and I'm absolutely sorry. I make promises all the time that I'm gonna upload more frequently, but unfortunately, my schedule consists of waking up at 6 in the morning to take the dog out, going back to bed, the dog waking me up 2 hours later to, you know, get me to feed her and all that. I hate being remaining PG-13, but it's the only way I can ever get views. Really? Okay, that's, oh, you gotta be kidding me. Okay, that's really annoying. But yeah. Overall, 2020 was a crappy year. And next year, New Year's resolution, more like New Year's I'm going to forget you. If I did have one, it'd be to continuously work on my mental health, continuously try to upload more frequently. And I've considered looking at other YouTubers for ideas, but unfortunately, I don't really feel like copying or inspiring based off of their ideas. Why am I sucking so much? By the way, I'm also playing in the background as I talk. I normally don't suck on this level this much. Probably because I have the sensitivity all the way up, but I'm too lazy to change it. But yeah. My New Year's resolution, work on working out again. Jesus. Oh, God. Yeah. This is really embarrassing. I don't care, though. I don't care. But yeah. 2020 was a mess. It was a literal cluster truck. But we're gonna make it through. I'm gonna make it through. My friends are gonna make it through. And anyone who hasn't made it through or has suffered through 2020, I beg you, look towards a bright future. 2020 was dog crap. Yes, it was. And if it impacted you, I feel so bad for you. But it's time to move on. It's time to look for a light that doesn't exist. And it's time to look for a light that will hold your hand and guide you through. Because no matter what pandemic hits, what disease, disasters, bombings hits us as the human race will push through together. And it disheartened me to see the human race disunite in times of chaos. Fend for themselves. Be greedy. Stop caring for others. Stop caring for the people who are dying. And I hate to quote Joseph Stalin, but one death is a tragedy. 1 million is a statistic. And once we started hitting over 1 million deaths here in the U.S., I think there's been over 1 million cases. Unfortunately, after we hit 1 million, people just stopped caring for those who are dying. Oh, it isn't affecting me, so it doesn't matter. And unfortunately, we shouldn't have that viewpoint. We should care for each other. Because we only live once. And if we live the rest of our lives disconcerned for other people, then no one will care for you back. And when you're in the most dire of need, no one will come to help you and just look at you and spit in your face. So I pray to whoever you believe in, Allah, God, Abraham, whoever you believe in, that next year you improve. I improve. We all improve. We all move together as a human race, and we stop being so disunited and disconcerting for other people. May you guys have a good day and have a good next year.